In this video, we will explain the Relink Documents feature in SharePoint and show you how to use it if you're migrating a small number of Infopath forms between SharePoint servers. We'll also show you a really simple way to relink a large number of Infopath forms. For example, you might have to move across 10,000 forms instead of 10. The two approaches are really quite different. Let's say you've recently done a SharePoint server migration and you've moved an Infopath form library from the old server to the new server. You've also published the Infopath template to the new server and you're ready to test out these forms. So let's try to open up one of these forms, let's say form number 28. And here we get a nice little error message. Could not open the template.xsn from the SF marketing server, and that's actually the old server. And Infopath cannot open the following file. Well, why is this so? Inside the XML of each Infopath document is a reference to an Infopath template. So I've actually opened up the 28.xml form, and the top tag, which is the XML tag, you can see there's actually an href attribute here. I'll just scroll over to the right and highlight the actual template reference, and as you can see it's pointing to the old SF marketing server. We actually need to change that to point to the Codistry server. So the way to do that is to actually go into SharePoint. So we go to Settings, Form Library Settings, click on Relink Documents to this library, and as you can see we've got all the documents listed. We've got a reference to the template, and then we've got these relink checkboxes. So we just pick which form we want to actually relink. So I'm just going to pick a few of them, and then we click on the Relink Selected Documents button. And you can see here those 4 forms that I selected, they've now switched over to the new link which is sitting on the Codistry server. And now we try to open up the form number 28. And it opens up okay. Now, what if you had 10,000 Infopath forms to relink? Unless you have an incredible amount of time and stamina, there is no way that anyone would want to click on 10,000 checkboxes to do this. Unfortunately, there is no select all checkbox in SharePoint, and that's why we've written a little tool called Codistry Relink, which allows you to do this in a few clicks and keystrokes. So rather than doing the relinking process directly on the SharePoint form library, we've actually copied the Infopath files to our desktop. We're being extra cautious and doing all the relinking on the desktop, and later we will copy the files back to SharePoint. We don't want to take the chance of networking issues interrupting our relinking and leaving our forms in an inconsistent state. So here we have a folder where we have 100 forms which we're going to convert over to the new format. And we're just going to run our relink tool. Now I've copied the settings in there. Firstly, we've got the folder which contains all these forms. We've also got the old href, and we've got the new href, which is where the new template is located. And we've also selected search and replace template href. We click go. And you can see there's a little progress bar happening, and in fact Infopath documents have all been processed successfully. And we'll now just click on one of these forms and see that it opens up okay. And as you can see, it does load up okay. Well, that wraps up our video on relinking Infopath forms. You've seen how we can do this using Sharepoint, but there are limitations when there are lots of forms to relink. We've also shown you a tool called Code History Relink, which makes your life a whole lot easier. You can download this tool from www.codehistory.com/relinkinfopathforms. You can also read the user guide beforehand to see if it's a good fit for your situation. All the best, and bye for now.